No, the vibration of trees and plants is massively beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, when you can connect to it and feel it, it's intense.
It makes sense, though, because who doesn't love a tree?
Right? Who doesn't love the forest?
Who doesn't love outside?
Yeah.
They're connecting to it. it's interpreting what they're feeling to actually realize what it is.
So the redwood forest is a really good example, right? I unfortunately have never been there. One day, people don't go to the redwood forest just because aesthetically it looks cool. It is neat to see big, tall trees that are hundreds of years old, but people don't flock there from across the world just because it looks cool. Like, we can see pictures of the redwood forest or Yosemite or something like that and appreciate the aesthetic beauty of it. But to stand there, right, you get the grandeur, not the grandeur, but you get the grandness of what it is, but then you also get the energy of what exists there.
Well, and how old it is,
Yeah.
like the age of those trees are just, that's insane, yeah.
Well, no, I think we get it. I think as gardeners, we understand that it's just, we just know we feel good when we do it. I don't think it's just the understanding part. We just know it feels good.
Yeah.
We like doing it. We like touching things. We like making things grow. We're taking their, I've said it before, we're absorbing their energy to feel good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just me talking. And I wasn't comparing it to any of these the vibrations and stuff, but that's just what we do.
So here's a little thought that came to me is, so we love outside and we love the mountains and then we love the forests. We gain energy from that. But check this out. What about the folks that are in New York City amongst those buildings? Now
There's a vibration there.
Different.
Yeah,
that's a completely. Well, maybe it's completely different. I don't know.
I've heard people like that energy.
Totally.
Like, it's
Super
the fast energy.
There are people that vibrate different. I mean, first off, I love these conversations and I love these words that I'm using, and I believe all of this stuff, but I always feel, and this is my own thing, right? My own hold up. Like, I'm normal. I just think about things differently, but it's the same, right? You talk about, like, we're absorbing the energy of the plants, right? I feel good. And I think, yeah, because you're literally, the energy is giving off a vibration and energy that you are taking into your body. And at the same time, you're giving that plant some of your energy. Like, it's the cyclical cycle.
I've never thought
of
about
energy exchange that takes place.
I've never thought of me giving it energy.
You have massive energy, Blaine.
I know, but I've just never thought of it.
Yeah.
So you're this is what I learned from doing your podcast too, was and going to the men's group, and it's just made me think differently already. Like, I think I was already kind of on this path ish, and I'm more open to it because I had started meditating and doing these other things and recognizing, but to like have it like laid out a little bit more, to have someone tweak it to understand, is like you're filling in the holes and it's making more sense. That's why I'm like, okay, keep going.
I hate cities. Like, I have to travel a lot for work, and when I have to go to big cities, I hate them.
Yeah.
And it's not just because there's a lot of people and it's a lot of chaos, and do you know what I mean? There's a hum that takes place in big, large cities that I could live the rest of my life and never have to experience. I hate them.
Yeah.
I can't stand
But you've
there.
heard some people say they love them, right?
Yes, there's definitely people that vibrate that way, right? That like to be in that energy.
That's their vibration, their frequency, if you will.
Totally. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? It's just a different energy. It's just a different vibration. For me, I don't like them. And for other people, they love it. You know, there's plenty of people that live in those type of environments. They're like, why am I going camping? I'm not going to go out, you know. Yeah, I'm not going to go spend, a weekend in the mountains. No, that's terrible.
Yeah.
It makes complete sense to me. Totally.
So you're not just giving carbon dioxide back to the plants.
Yeah, this is
and they're giving you oxygen. It's like much deeper.
This actually fits a lot into our podcast, I think. Yeah. Like the name, like where I came up with the name. Did we talk about that on yours? it's if you actually look, I mean,
It's a great name, by the way.
horticult kind of
Agreed.
occult has kind of some negative connotations to it, which I've taken some heat for, which was awesome, by the way. I looked up, and if you look like past that Satan worshiper, it's the science of unknown, and so we're talking about plant science of unknown. I was actually not sure how this would work with our podcast because we're just so vastly different, but we're really not. Like sitting here talking about it, it's perfect. This is perfect. People listen to this podcast because this is like
The science of
this
the
is
unknown.
perfect.
Well, and what's cool is how you've topped it off with
My
the
lard.
beginning of the Star Trek.
Oh, right. The theme.
Yeah,
You
the
realize,
thing.
Blaine, that we could spend another 3 hours talking about Next Generation.
You know, I am finding that a lot of people that I have on the podcast like Star Trek,
I don't like Star Trek,
but you could talk about it.
I'm hard pressed to find an episode of Next Generation that I haven't seen.
I have
why.
seen them all. I only own though the first and the last season, but it was like my bedtime music, man.
Yeah.
Like we'd have prayer, whatever. I'd wait for Fox News at 9 to get over, and Next Generation was on. We would all watch the same program in different rooms. I would just go to my room and watch it.
Everybody's watching Star
Yeah.
Trek in their own rooms.
Yeah.
And I own it. Like, I think I offended Cameron, one of the last guys we had on our podcast, because I was like, I only like Next Generation. I don't like the first one. I've watched a lot of Voyager, and I've watched a lot of Deep Space Nine. He was
Space
very
Nine was
deep.
pretty good.
He really liked Deep Space Nine. I didn't get to where it got good, I guess.
Yeah, Voyager was trash.
Yeah, Voyager was. My friend calls it PC Star Trek.
Yeah. What do you think of the new ones?
I
Everything that
haven't
they're
watched
doing now?
any of them.
Come on, Blaine.
I haven't watched any of them.
You're killing me.
That's what he said too. He's like, we can't be friends anymore because
Yeah,
I only
why?
watch Next Generation.
You're just
Yeah, I'm just a pure Next Generation fan.
you're a purist. You need to watch them. They hold up. They're good.
They're good.
Yeah.
Because I've heard mixed. Like Enterprise, I've heard mixed on Enterprise.
No. I'm not talking the series.
Oh.
J.J. Abrams, the new movies.
Oh no! I've
Chris
watched
Pine.
those.
Okay.
I watched those.
Okay.
The first one was awesome.
Yes.
The second one was awesome. The third one was
Yeah,
eh.
third one wasn't that good. Yeah.
But the one where it was like Khan, like the redo of Khan, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Have you seen them?
I haven't seen them.
No,
What I
I
really
thought you
want,
were talking about the next
No,
series.
not that trash. Nobody's watching that
Yeah,
trash.
no one's watching.
Yeah.
Well, they still did it for like 7 seasons.
Yeah, nobody's
Enterprise.
watching any of that.
They're coming out. They're supposed to be coming out with a new Picard. He's like when he's retired or something. He said he would do it.
Really?
Yeah,
Of course he's going to do it.
I know. What else is he gonna do? He's dead on X-Men or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He did die. That last one, Wolverine, was terrible. It wasn't terrible. It was so good.
I
And
loved
I
Wolverine.
cried.
I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to watch it anymore because he was Wolverine. He did it for like 30 years. What were you gonna
Oh,
ask?
I was going to say. So in your family farmed, right? They have land.
No,
No, okay.
we grew up on like an acre,
Okay.
ish, half acre, but we didn't have any. I never had a garden.
Yeah, for some reason, I thought you
No, we
guys
never
had like
farmed.
a large
No.
quantity of.
It was a big parcel, but
Okay.
we didn't have land.
Got it. Yeah, acre.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not much. Craig, how about you?
Zero farming in this family.
Zero.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
cool.
We knew farmers.
Yeah,
and
we
right.
were surrounded
ranchers.
by
Hey, how
farmers.
you doing over there?
And now they're all multimillionaires because they sold their land.
to the to the builders.
Yeah.
No, we had the big lot, but just grass.
We never
trees.
even had a garden. We didn't have a fruit tree.
So, what did you guys do for entertainment back in the day?
That's a good question. We actually brought this up on the last podcast.
Oh, nice.
We have weird traditions in small towns.
We went cow tipping. No.
I would like to say no.
Yeah.
I never went cow tipping.
Yeah, it was more like
I've
goat
actually
tipping.
gone out to there and like we're thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like we're like we should go do it, and we never.
Was it
did.
after that one show that where they actually did tip over a cow?
I don't think you could actually get that close.
Oh, okay.
Honestly,
Yeah, like
they're,
it's not a thing.
they're not asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They see it coming.
You know what I
Good,
did do
good.
once? because obviously you're familiar with Grantsville, surrounded by fields, right? Even more so when we were young and we were growing up, just surrounded by huge fields. And a lot of times if you had horses, you'd go throw them out in your field, right? That's your land, that's your property. So you'd go put your horses out, and that's where the horses would be. And I loved horses growing up, madly in love with horses, but I never had horses or access to horses. And so when I was a teenager and I could drive, I drove out into the middle of nowhere on the outside of town where somebody had some horses in their big field. And I hopped the fence, and my goal was to ride one of these horses. And so I spent probably 45 minutes chasing the 4 or 5 horses around until finally I could get one to like not run from me. And I like worked it over kind of against the fence to where I could kind of like half-ass step on the fence, so then I could throw my other leg up on the horse. And the most that I got up on was like, I think I had both of my hands on its back end and like trying to push myself up onto its body.
It takes off.
And it was just like, no. And it just kind of does that little trot, get off me thing, and then beats foot across the field. And so, yeah, that's my pseudo cow tipping experience.
Nice.
What did your average regular childhood day look like?
I would walk through a field home, go to the candy store, like get like a penny candy or
Bluebird.
2, the Bluebird, and then I could cut through that field to my house. And there was actually an old orchard when I was a little kid, like in elementary school. It wasn't an orchard. We call it an orchard. There was like 2 apple trees and a pear tree, you know.
Like crab apples.
Yeah. But we would eat them. We'd go out there and eat them.
Nice.
And it used to be where the old wash was before they put in like for the irrigation system. Because I live in the house my mom grew up in.
Oh, cool.
So when my mom was born, she lived on the end of Clark Street at the very end by Old Lincoln. And then my grandpa had a gas station out there. So he had this gas station with a hotel, sold the gas station and hotel because everyone had to go through Main Street before the freeway, which I didn't ever put in my freaking mind. The name of the gas station in Grantsville is called the Way Station, which I was like, that's a weird name, but I just call it the Way Station. It's because of all the truckers. Because the trucks
Mic
would
drop.
Did you know that?
No, I never
Yeah.
put 2 and 2 together. It makes perfect sense now that you're saying it.
Oh,
but
so it wasn't spelled W-A-Y,
it was spelled W-A-Y.
Yeah.
but also,
But that's
you
the
can
connection.
weigh.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so undoubtedly at some point along the lines, that's where they would stop and weigh.
Yep.
Because it was
The Way
interstate.
Station.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's how if
Interesting.
you were traveling west out of Utah, you would drive through Grantsville.
I guess it used to be like super mega dangerous.
My mom tells stories about like, because they'd get all sorts of vagrants and hitchhikers and all sorts of people, you know, there were girls in high school that would go and hitchhike from Main Street to get out and,
Oh my
you
gosh.
know, because that's what it was. That was the interstate coming down through
Yeah.
town.
It's like Cars.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The
Great show.
all the little cities that got left. Okay, what was that one restaurant on Main Street? Was
Skyline?
It? Skyline. You knew exactly where I was going. That was like
Because there
people.
was only one restaurant. on
That's
Main
true.
Street.
That's a good point. Well, you had like the burger
Waypoint.
joints.
It's like the candy shop. It's the same. Like there's
Right,
only
right.
one.
Yeah.
That used to be like an old restaurant back in the day, and then I don't even know what the heck it turned into.
It's a tax place now.
Is it really?
Yeah.
At least it's still there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Skyline, that was like people would come from Salt Lake to eat shrimp at the Skyline.
Yeah. The shrimp
And
baskets.
I'm like, what? I don't think I
It's
ever
closer
ate
to
there.
the ocean.
That's exactly what it is.
It's one step
that's so
closer to
true.
the
Yeah, the
ocean.
shrimp
That's
is
so
much
true.
fresher than Salt Lake City.
It's a
whole
day
40
fresher.
minutes.
Yeah.
40 minutes closer.
Yeah.
A day.
Well, I was thinking horse and buggy.
Broccoli sprouts. What do you know about broccoli sprouts? Because she'll kill me if I don't.
I
ask.
know that they're highly packed full of nutrients.
Yeah.
So I said Brassica ACA. So
Like what do you mean?
like what is
Broccoli.
it? What am I trying? Broccoli. It's just broccoli.
Oh, okay.
Brassica ACA just is broccoli. So there's weeds that are in the broccoli family.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, sprouts. Yeah, it's gonna have a lot more nutrients and vitamins and things like that. You can grow microgreens quickly.
So if we wanted to grow broccoli sprouts,
Mm-hmm.
how easy would that be?
Super easy.
Super easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Give me like a quick,
How would you do it?
edited version of what that would look like?
Oh man, let's see. So
Would you need a grow light or?
if you wanted to grow them indoors, you could, and just simply get a couple of those hoods. Like, I'm just thinking of the small hoods.
Uh-huh.